Hello. Hello. Ang good morning everyone. Today is April 21, 2025, Monday. Welcome to the dropping of opening of bids for contract ID 25 Key A040, construction of multipurpose building, Camiguin School of Arts and Trade, Barangay Poblacion, Municipality of Mambajao, Province of Camiguin. Contract ID 25 Key A0041, construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Binunsaran, Mambajao, Camiguin. Contract ID 25 Key A0042, construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Lumad, Mambajao, Camiguin. And lastly, contract ID 25 Key A0043, construction of multipurpose building, Operation Center, Mahinog, Camiguin. But before we proceed, may I request Mel Dexter Chu to lead the opening prayer.
Please rise for opening prayer. Let's put ourselves in the holy presence of God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. God of justice, you lead us in life's journey. As we gather here in your name, open our minds to know your voice, open our hands to do your work, and open our hearts to hold your spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Sir Meldix Torchiu. May I request Engineer John Bertrodis to acknowledge the attendee in this dropping and opening of bids.
Once again, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our opening of bids dated April 21, 2025. For this morning, we have our back chairperson, Engineer Al Gomez.
Present.
Our vice chairperson, Sir Edwin G. Cagulada. Our provisional member, Engineer Apolinar Elbes A. Hamero. We also have our end user, Engineer Joselito V. Corpin Jr. We also have our head back PWG member. We have Engineer John Ryan T. Nob. With its members, we have Ma'am Nona C. Cho, Engineer Leah Rose N. Basilan, Engineer Rachel Grace S. Salyao, and Engineer Larry Nino Lapiceros. We also have our head back secretariat, Engineer Evelyn V. Paderanga. With its members, we have Mildexter Yu Cho, and yours truly, Engineer John Christian A. Vertudes. We also have for this morning our bidders. From CLC Construction, we have Ma'am Sherlyn Yale. And from General Construction, we have Sir Ronel O. Lagot. And also from General Construction, we have Ma'am Daisy Chris Salugsugan. I think that's all for this morning, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer John Bertrodis. Since majority of our work members are present, I call this dropping and opening of bids is call of order. May I request the head of back secretariat, Ma'am Evelyn Paderanga, to discuss the eligibility check through electronic means.
Good morning, everyone. In compliance with Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020, the back through the back secretariat have verified the DPWH e-bid portal for electronic bid submission and now confirm that there are no electronic bids received. In accordance to JPPB Resolution Number 15, Series of 2021, the BAC shall refer the Class A eligibility requirements to the certificate of field reps registration submitted by the prospective bidders. And if discrepancies occur between the electronic and manual checking of eligibility, the head of the procuring entity through the procurement unit will request for updating, unlocking, and reprocessing of the eligibility and submit the pertinent documents to the procurement service. For the record, the BAC Secretariat have issued 12 requests for order of payment and have received a total of 12 bid proposals. 3 proposals for contract ID 25K0040, 3 for 25K0042, 3 for 25K0043, and 3 for 25K0041. So far, There are no bid withdrawals and no late bids received. Engineer Richard Grace Saliao will discuss the electronic eligibility results.
Good morning, everyone. So for the electronic eligibility result, first we have contract ID number 25KE0040, the construction of multipurpose buildings, Camiguin School of Arts and Trades, Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin, with an ABC amount of 14,849,940 pesos and 6 centavos. There are 3 bidders who have purchased the bidding documents, and 3 of them have submitted their bid proposals. We have first CLC Construction Services and Supply, with mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI registration valid until April 12, 2030. VAR tax clearance certificate valid until December 9, 2025. Field jobs registration valid until January 17, 2026. PCAB license valid until October 19, 2025. PCAB registration valid until May 24, 2026. Work experience failed. NFCC passed. Mr. Chair.
Any comment from the representative of the CLC construction? What regarding this matter, ma'am?
Already attached certificate of acceptance with proof of undertaking.
Ma'am Bilin, it is acceptable, the valid answer for the representative.
Mr. Chair, the BAC will verify and validate the supporting documents that will support the work experience of CLC construction.
Thank you, Ma'am Bilin. Please proceed to the another
Okay,
bidders.
for the second bidder of this contract, we have Janreal Construction with mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI registration valid until September 12, 2027. BAR tax clearance certificate valid until March 26, 2025. Field jobs registration valid until April 22, 2025. PCAB license valid until December 17, 2025. PCAB registration valid until December 17, 2025. Work experience passed. NFCC passed. Mr. Chair, the BIR tax clearance certificate of general construction is only valid until March 26, 2025.
Any representative from the general construction, sir?
Mr. Chair, I already submitted our renewed tax clearance and bill registration in CPA portal and still waiting for approval. So may I request for opening up our technical proposal?
Ma'am Bilin, kindly verify the
Mr. Chair, in that case, the BAC will verify the said documents. The BAC will refer the eligibility requirements in the certificate of field jobs registration submitted by general construction. And if found out and verified that the said document was really renewed, then the head of the procuring entity through the procurement unit will request for the updating, reprocessing of the eligibility of general construction.
Thank you, Ma'am Bilin. Let's proceed to the third interested bidder, ma'am.
Yes, for the third bidder for this contract, we have 2NGA Construction with mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI registration valid until April 28, 2027. BAR tax clearance certificate valid until December 18, 2025. Field jobs registration valid until March 13, 2026. PCAB license valid until January 18, 2026. PCAB registration valid until January 18, 2026. Work experience passed. NFCC passed. For the second contract, we have 25KE00441 the construction of multi-purpose building, covered court, Sitio, Binunsaran, Mambajao, Camiguin, with an ABC amount of 9,899,765 pesos and 59 centavos. There are three bidders who have purchased the bidding documents, and three of them have submitted their bid proposals. First, we have Shinshin Construction Corporation with mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. SEC registration valid until January 16, 2067. BAR tax clearance certificate valid until September 3, 2025. Field jobs registration valid until January 28, 2026. PCAB license valid until September 29, 2025. PCAB registration valid until April 15, 2027. Work experience passed, NFCC passed. Second is from CLC Construction Services and Supply, with the same legal result as read in the previous contract. And work still, Mr. Chair, their work experience is still generated as failed. And NFCC passed.
Any representative from the Shinshin Construction?
CLC.
CLC?
Already attached certificate of acceptance with proof of undertaking. Thank
In case lang yapon sa first project. Okay,
Okay.
proceed ma'am.
For the third bidder of this contract, we have General Construction with legal, financial, and technical aspects passed. For the third contract, we have 25 KE0042. The construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Lumad, Mambajao, Camiguin, with an ABC amount of 14,849,997 pesos and 12 centavos. There are three bidders have purchased the bidding documents, and three of them have submitted their bid proposals. We have Shinshin Construction Corporation, Janreal Construction, and Vinlabs Construction and Supply. So for Shinshin and Janreal Construction, they have the same result with legal, technical, and financial aspect passed. For Vinlabs Construction and Supply, we have mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. DTI registration valid until February 24, 2030. BIR tax clearance certificate valid until January 24, 2026. Field jobs registration valid until February 15, 2026. PCAB license valid until July 21, 2025. PCAB registration valid until July 21, 2026. Work experience passed, NFCC passed. For the fourth contract, we have 25 KE0043, the construction of multi-purpose building, Operation Center, Mahinog, Camiguin. There are three bidders who have purchased the bidding documents, and three of them have submitted their bid proposals. We have CLC Construction Services and Supply, John Real Construction, and 2NGA Construction. All of the bidders have passed the legal, technical, and financial aspects. That's all for the electronic eligibility result, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Selva. Let's proceed to the opening of bids. May I request the BAC TWG to open the bid box and facilitate the opening of bidder proposal. May I request Engineer Ryan Nob, the head of the TWG, to check whether all document is sealed or not.
Good morning, Mr. Back Chair. All submitted bids are properly marked and sealed.
Thank you, Engineer Nob. Let's proceed. The opening. The first to open is the technical proposal, to be followed by the financial proposal. Let's start. The project ID or the contract ID with 25 KA040, construction of multi-purpose building, Camiguin School of Arts and Trade, Barangay Poblacion, Municipality of Mambajao, Province of Camiguin. The first, please open the first interested bidder. Please open the financial proposal. The technical proposal submitted by General Construction. May I request one of the back member to read and check the document using electron of dictionary pass until criterion.
For the first bidder, contract ID 25K0040. Construction of multipurpose building, Camiguin School of Arts and Trades, Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin. This is from General Construction. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LG registration. Valid until April 12, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the DTI certificate. Valid until September 12, 2027. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is mayor's permit. Valid until January 10, 2025. Issuance date. Pass. The expiry date is December 31, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the tax clearance. Issued March 25, 2025. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the audited financial statement. Date of filing April 12, 2024. Pass. The pickup license until December 17, 2025. Pass.
Engineer Ramiro, kindly check the validity of the tax clearance, the issuance and the validity.
The issuance is March 25, 2025. And valid until March 25, 2026. Pass.
Thank
The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is statement of single largest completed contract, or SLCC. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, amounting to 120,497,698 pesos and 62 centavos. Signed by General Construction. Pass. The next document is the bid security in the form of bid security declaration. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros and notarized by Attorney Abilino Pierce Jr. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. Attached also, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license by Rapisura Kemuel, valid until December 24, 2025. Pass. Also attached, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license, Oliveros Anamari. Valid until December 21, 2025. Pass. Also attached, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of completion, Ana Marisi Oliveros, basic occupational safety and health course. Pass. Also attached, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of accreditation, Ana Marisi Oliveros, Material Engineer 1, with number 4617, valid until December 21, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment owned or leased and or under purchase agreement pleads to the proposed contract signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. And the last document attached, Mr. Chair, is the affidavit or the sworn statement signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. Based on all the documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of general construction is rated pass.
Thank you, Sir Elvis. Let's proceed to the second interested bidder. Please open the technical proposal submitted by TOW NGE Construction.
The technical proposal of 2 NGA construction with a contract name, construction of multipurpose building, Camiguin School of Arts and Trades with a contract ID of 25 KA 0040. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGIP's registration, valid until March 13, 2026. Pass. List of eligibility documents, DTI certificate. The expiry date is April 28, 2027. Pass. Mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2025. Pass. Tax clearance, valid until December 18, 2025. Audited financial statement, date of filing, February 20, 2025. Pass. Pickup license, valid until this January 18, 2026. Pass. Attached is a photocopy of DTI certificate, present. Photocopy of mayor's permit, present. Photocopy of tax clearance, present. The next document is the list of all ongoing government and private construction contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed by Neil Nicholas Chan, the proprietor. Present. The next document is the single largest completed contracts, signed by Neil Nicholas Chan, present. The next document is the bid of security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed by Neil Nicholas Chan, the proprietor, and notarized by Attorney Orsino Jr. Present. The next document is the contractor's organizational chart present and signed by Neil Nicholas Chan, the proprietor. The next document is the key personnel's affidavit of committed to work on the contract. Present. The next document is the contractor's certificate of key personnel in the contract with a professional identification card of Neil Nicholas, valid until September 9, 2026, present. The professional identification card of Patrick Jason Mabao, valid until April 16, 2026, present. Certificate of accreditation of Patrick Jason E. Mabao as Material Engineer 1 with accreditation number of 7426, present. Supported with the biodata of Patrick Jason E. Mabao. The certificate of completion of safety training and management consultancy services of Janil E. Chan, present. The next document is the list of contractors, laboratory equipment, present. Next document is list of equipment and tools, present, with the supported documents. The next document is the omnibus sworn statement signed by Neil Nicholas Ischa, the proprietor, and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsinio Jr., the notary public. Present. The next document is the financial statement. Present. All the financial document, technical documents submitted by 2NJA Construction are present and rated pass, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Retalia. Let's proceed to the third interested bidder for the contract ID 35K 040. Please, the technical proposal submitted by CLC Construction Service and Supply.
Good morning, everyone. For the first project, third bidder for contract ID 25K 0040, construction of multipurpose building, Camiguin School of Arts and Trades. Third bidder is CLC Construction Services and Supply, and the ABC for the project is 14,849,940 pesos and 6 centavos. First document submitted by the bidder, Mr. Chair, is the PLGIPS registration with validity until January 17, 2026, passed. DTI certificate, expiration date is April 12, 2030, passed. Nurse permit, expiration date is December 31, 2025, passed. Tax clearance, expiration date is December 9, 2025, passed. Audited financial statement, last filed March 21, 2025, less than 2 years passed. And pickup license up to October 19, 2025 passed. So present is the hard copy of the DTI certificate, business permit, and tax clearance. Audited financial statement is also with the BIR. Annual income tax return is also present. Photocopy of the PCAP is also present, Mr. Chair. Next document present is the list of ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, is present and duly signed by the proprietor Chris L. Cabana, supported by notice of award, notice to proceed, listed projects. Next document. Next document present is the single largest completed contract is present with contract name construction completion of new Camiguin General Hospital CGH building, first to third floor of North Wing, South Wing building, Mambajao, Camiguin. The amount completed is 19,095,345 above EBC. Signed by the bidder Chris L. Cabana, supported by notice of award from the provincial government of Camiguin, notice to proceed, certificate of completion is present, and certificate of acceptance. Next document, Mr. Chair, is the NFCC computation is present. The total NFCC of the contractor is 860,101,532. Signed by the bidder Chris L. Cabana. Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration is also present. Signed by the bidder Chris L. Cabana, notarized by attorney Ablino P. Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Contractor's organizational chart is also present. Signed by Chris L. Cabana, proprietor. Key personnel's by data is also present. Professional identification card of Civil Engineer Chris Cabana is present and expired. And its certification as Materials Engineer 1 is also present and expired. Professional identification card of Civil Engineer Brian Bacoy is also present and expired. The certificate of completion for construction safety and health training of Jerby J. A. Sassel is also present. Next document, Mr. Chair, present is the list of equipment and tools of the contractor is present and signed by Chris L. Cabana. And the list of contractors' laboratory equipment is also present, signed by Chris L. Cabana. Supported by acknowledgement receipt of the heavy equipments, deed of sale of the heavy equipments, deed of absolute sale of vehicles, and certificate of registration and official receipts of the vehicle from the LTO is present. Cash invoice for minor tolls is also present. Sales invoice of the laboratory apparatus is also present. Affidavit of ownership for minor tolls is also present. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement is present and signed by the bidder Chris L. Cabana and notarized by attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Mr. Chair, having complied with all the technical requirements, CLC Construction Services and Supply Technical Proposal for Contract ID 25 Key 0040 is written as passed, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Corpin. Let's proceed to this. Yes, Ma'am Belen.
Mr. Chair, it has been verified by the back that the supporting document for the work experience of CLC construction was rated pass. So in that case, we will request for updating, unlocking, and reprocessing of the eligibility of CLC construction, since the electronic eligibility will always prevail over the manual checking.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Evelyn. Let's proceed to the second project with the contract ID 25 key EU041 with construction of the multipurpose building covered court Sitio Binunsaran, Mambajao, Camiguin. Please open the technical proposal submitted by General Construction Corporation. But before we proceed, Sir Edwin, may I request the back secretariat to list down to those statement coming from the back secretariat regarding the CLC Construction Corporation.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
Technical proposal from General Construction for contract ID 25 KE 0041. Contract name, construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Binunsaran, Mambajao, Camiguin. The first document, Mr. Chair, is a certificate of LGIP's registration valid until April 12, 2026, passed. The DTI certificate, the expiration will be on September 12, 2027, pass. Mayor's permit will expire on December 31, 2025, pass. Tax clearance, expiration will be March 25, 2026, pass. The audited financial statement, the date of filing April 12, 2024, pass. Pickup license, expiration will be December 17, 2025, passed. Present also is the photocopy of the DTI certificate, the business permit, photocopy of tax clearance certificate, the annual income tax return, stamp and received by BIR. The audited financial statement is also stamped and received by BIR. A photocopy of the pickup license is present. And also the statement of ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed, Evangeline D. Oliveros, supported with notice of award. A notice of award. Notice of award. All notice of award. And the next document is the statement of single largest completed contract. The contract submitted is a construction of MBB Barangay Hall, Barangay Butay, Ginsiliban, and the amount with the total value of 5,877,645 pesos and 9 centavos. Pass. Signed, Evangeline de Oliveros, supporting documents, completion, a certificate of completion. And the next document is Senate financial contracting capacity, signed and submitted by General Construction. Present also is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed Evangeline de Oliveros and authorized by Attorney Abelina P. Orsino Jr. And the next document is the organizational chart assigned to the project, signed Evangeline de Oliveros. And the next document is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be signed to the contract, submitted, signed, Evangeline de Oliveros, supported with the key personnel biodata of Royal de Oliveros as manager, key personnel biodata of GC Boy Somaya, also signed. A photocopy of the PRC license, Kimmel Belmonte Rapesora, unexpired. Biodata of Ana Maricia Oliveros as materials engineer, and also the photocopy of the PRC license of Ana Marie C. Oliveros, unexpired. Certificate of completion of Ana Marie C. Oliveros, basic occupational safety and health course. A photocopy of the materials, certificate of accreditation as materials engineer one of Anamari C. Oliveros. A biodata of Ronil Olagud, signed. A certificate of completion of Ronil Olagud, construction safety and health training, photocopy. And the next document is the list of equipment owned or less and or under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract, submitted and signed, Evangeline Oliveros. Also, the list of contractors, laboratory equipment pledged to the contract, also submitted and signed, Evangeline de Oliveros. Supporting documents are the following: the deed of sale, a certificate of registration, and official receipt from LTO, cash sales invoice, deed of absolute sale of motor vehicle, deed of sale, and the last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement affidavit, signed by Evangeline de Oliveros and authorized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. Mr. Chair, all the required technical documents are present. General construction is rated as passed.
Thank you, Sir Edwin. Let's proceed to the second interested bidder for the contract ID 25 KE0041. Please open the technical proposal submitted by Sinsin Construction.
For the next bidder, 25 KE0041, construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Binunsaran, Mambajao, Camiguin. The name of the interested bidder is from Shinshin Construction Corporation. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGIP registration, valid until January 28, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the sixth certificate, registered May 21, 2018. Passed. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the tax clearance, valid until September 3, 2025. Pass. The next document is the audited financial statement, date of filing April 30, 2024. Pass. The next document is the recap license, valid until September 29, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of all ongoing project, government and private construction contracts, signed by Sixto Poblacion DT. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of single largest completed contract for the SLCC, signed by Sixto Poblacion DT. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the net contracting capacity, or the NFCC, amounting to 572,986,821 pesos and 14 centavos. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration signed by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the contractor's organizational chart signed by Sixto Feliciano DT. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is this qualification of key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract signed by Sixto Feliciano DT. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license, civil engineer T. Cyril Rose, valid until October 17, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license by Do Rogelio, valid until October 16, 2026. Civil engineer. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of occupation, Xiaomi BT, construction safety and health course. Pass. The next document is the list of contractors' equipment pleads to the contract, signed by Sixto Feliciano DT. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of contractors, major construction, and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certificate of availability, signed by Sixto Feliciano DT. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement or affidavit, signed by Sixto Feliciano DT and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. Pass. The last document, Mr. Chair, is the authority of signatory, secretary certificate to Sila Leslie VT, corporate secretary, notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. Based on the documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of Shinshin Construction Corporation is rated pass.
Thank you, Engineer Hamiro. Let's proceed to the third interested bidder for the contract ID 25 KE 041. Please open the technical proposal submitted by CLC Construction Service and Supply.
For the second project, second bidder for contract third bidder of the second project with contract ID 25K0041, construction of multipurpose building covered court, Sitio Binunsaran, Mambajao, Camiguin. The third bidder is CLC Construction Services and Supply, and the ABC for the project is 9,899,765 pesos and 59 centavos. First document submitted by the bidder, Mr. Chair, is the PhilJEP's registration with validity until January 17, 2026. Passed. Under Annex A of the PhilJEP's page 3, DTI certificate expiration date is April 12, 2030. Passed. Mayor's permit expiration date is December 31, 2025. Passed. Tax clearance expiration date is December 9, 2025. Passed. Audited financial statement last filed March 21, 2025, less than 2 years. Passed. Pickup license up to October 19, 2025. Passed. Also present is the photocopy of the DTI certificate, business permit, tax clearance. Audited financial statement is also present. Juris time proceed with the BIR. Annual income tax return is also present. Photocopy of the pickup is also present, Mr. Chair. Next document is the list of ongoing government and private construction contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, is present. supported by notice of award and notice to proceed. Next document. Present is the single largest completed contract is present with contract construction and completion of new Camiguin General Hospital with completion amount of 19,095,000, supported by notice of award, notice to proceed, certificate of completion, and certificate of acceptance. Audited, the NFCC computation is also present, signed by Chris L. Cabana, proprietor. Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration is also present, signed by the bidder Chris L. Cabana and duly notarized by Attorney Ablino Piercino Jr., Notary Public. Contractors organizational chart is also present, signed by Chris L. Cabana. Key personnel, the list of key personnel is also present, signed by Chris L. Cabana. The professional identification card of Civil Engineer Chris Cabana is present and expired, and its certificate of accreditation as Materials Engineer 1 also present and expired. The professional identification card of Civil Engineer Brian Bacoy is also present and expired. Certificate of completion for construction safety and health training of Jerby J. E. Sassel is also present. List of equipment and tools of the contractor is also present, signed by Chris L. Cabana. The list of laboratory apparatus is also present, signed by Chris L. Cabana. Acknowledgement receipt of the heavy equipments. Deed of sale of the heavy equipments is also present. Deed of sale of the vehicles. Certificate of registration and official receipts of the vehicles from the LTO is also present. Cash invoice of the minor tolls is also present. Sales invoice of the laboratory apparatus is also present. Affidavit of ownership for minor tolls is also present. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement is present and signed by the bidder Chris L. Cabana and notarized by Attorney Ablino Piercino Jr. Mr. Chair, having complied with all the technical requirements, CLC Construction Services and Supply technical proposal for contract ID 25K0041 is rated as passed, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Corpin. Let's proceed to the third project with the contract ID 25K042, construction of multi-purpose building covered court Sitio, Lumad, Mambajao, Camiguin. Please open the first interested bidder. Please open the technical proposal submitted by General Construction.
The technical proposal submitted by General Construction for the project multipurpose building covered court Sitio Lumad Mambajao Camiguin with a contract ID of 25K0042. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of PhilGIP's registration valid until April 12, 2026. Pass. List of eligibility documents, DTI certificate valid until September 12, 2027. Pass. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. Pass. Tax clearance valid until March 25, 2026. Pass. Audited financial statement, date of filing April 12, 2024. Pass. Pickup license valid until December 17, 2025. A photocopy of DTI permit present. Photocopy of mayor's permit. Tax clearance present. photocopy of audited finance, income tax present. Photocopy of audited financial statement present. The next, photocopy of pickup license present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, present and signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, the proprietor. The next documents attach a photocopy of notice of award. Notice of award. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of single largest completed contracts, ACE-LCC, signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, the proprietor. Present with us attached is a certificate of completion. The next document is the need financial contract capacity, NFCC, with a total amount of 120,497,698 pesos and 62 centavos. Present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the bid security and the form of bid securing declaration signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, the proprietor, and authorized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr., the notary public. Present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. The next document is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, the proprietor. With a biodata, supported by biodata, the project manager, Roel D. Oliveros. The project engineer of GC Boy A. Sumaya. Present. With the professional identification card of Belmonte Kinuel Rapisora, valid until December 24, 2025. Certificate of professional identification card ID of Ana Marie Caboran Oliveros, valid until December 21, 2025 as a materials engineer. Certificate of completion of Ana Marie C. Oliveros of occupational safety and training course. Present. Certificate of Ana Marie C. Oliveros as materials engineer 1. Present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment owned or less and or under purchase agreement placed to the proposed contract signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, present list of contractors, laboratory equipment placed to the contract signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Supported by deed of sale. And certificate a certificate of land transportation office. The last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros and notarized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsinio Jr. All the technical documents submitted by General Construction are present and rated pass, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Retalia. Let's proceed to the second interested bidder for contract ID 25 KE 0042. Please open the technical proposal submitted by Sien Construction Corporation.
A technical proposal from Shinshin Construction Corporation for contract ID 25 KE 0042. Construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Lumad, Mambajao, Camiguin. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of failed chief's registration valid until January 28, 2026, pass. The sixth certificate registered last May 21, 2010. The mayor's permit expiration will be on December 31, 2025. A pass. Tax declaration, the date of expiry will be on September 3, 2025. Pass. The audited financial statement, the date of filing, April 30, 2024. Pass. Pickup license expiration will be September 29, 2025. Pass. Photocopy of the six certificates is present. A photocopy of business permit is also present. Regular contractor's license or the pickup present. Tax clearance photocopy also present. The next document is the statement of all ongoing project, government and private construction contracts submitted and signed 6-2 Feliciano DT. Supported with the following: the notice of award, all notice of award. And the next document is the statement of single largest completed contract, and the contract presented is the construction of 6-story, 6-story, 6-classroom Mambajao Central School, 2-story, 6-classroom Mambajao Central School, in the amount of 16,342,495.42 pesos. Passed, submitted, and signed 6-2 Feliciano DT, as supported with the certificate of acceptance. And the next document is the audited financial statement, stamped and received by BIR. And the next document is the NFCC, Net Financial Conducting Capacity, signed 6-2 Feliciano DT. And also present is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed 6-2 Feliciano DT and authorized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. And also present is the contractor's organizational chart, signed 6-2 Feliciano DT. Present also is the qualification of key personnel proposed to be signed to the contract, also signed, submitted by Sixto Feliciano DT. With the following supporting documents, the key personnel certificate of employment of Cheryl Rosti Akot, biodata of Cheryl Akot, photocopy of PRC license of Cheryl Rose Akot, unexpired, and Department Order number 26 from the Department of Public Works and Highway, with the listing of accredited PE of Cheryl Rosti, BT, Columbita of Rogelio is 2, photocopy parcel license of Rogelio is due, unexpired. The resume of Larino Namet. And the next document is a list of contractors' equipment pledged to the contract, submitted and signed 6 to Feliciano VT. Supported with the following: this is the absolute sale, date of sale, official receipt from LTO, and certificate of registration. And the next document is a list of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certificate of availability, submitted and signed 6th of Feliciano DT. Supporting documents, sales invoice. And the next document is omnibus sworn statement affidavit, signed 6th of Feliciano DT and authorized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. Also present is the Secretary Certificate, Authority of Signatory, signed by Sheena Leslie BT and authorized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. Mr. Chair, all the required documents are present. Shinshin Construction Corporation is rated as pass.
Thank you, Sir Edwin. Let's proceed to the third interested bidder for the third project with the contract ID 25KA042. Please open the technical proposal submitted by Binlabs Construction and Supply.
For the next bidder, 25K0042, construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Sitio, Lumad, Mambajao, Camiguin. The bidders is from Binlabs Construction and Supply. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGIP registration, valid until February 15, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the DTI certificate, valid until February 24, 2030. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2025. Pass. The tax clearance, valid until January 24, 2026. Pass. The audited financial statement, date of filing, April 12, 2024. Pass. The pickup license, valid until July 21, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the single largest completed contract or SLCC, signed by Alvin B. Labastida. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, Signed by Alvin B. Labastida and notarized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart for the contract. Signed by Alvin B. Labastida. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. Signed by Alvin B. Labastida. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license, Labastida Albin, civil engineer, valid until February 18, 2025, February 18. 2026 pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license by Kalibo Chuck Yanix, civil engineer, valid until November 23, 2027. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license from Fabi Aristotle, civil engineer, valid until May 4, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of accreditation by Aristotle L. Fabi, material engineer 1 with accreditation number 2087. Valid until June 10, 2025. Pass. Also, Mr. Chair, is the VRC license. Macaranas RC Louis, civil engineer. Valid until September 30, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of completion. RC Louis Macaranas, construction, occupational safety and health. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment owned or leased and or under purchase agreement pleads to the proposed contract. Signed by Alvin B. Labastida. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of laboratory equipment apparatus owned or leased and or under purchase agreement pleads to the proposed contract. Signed by Alvin B. Labastida. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus statement or affidavit signed by Alvin B. Labastida and notarized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. Or the last document, Mr. Chair, is the NFCC or net financial conducting capacity in the amount of 182,904,248 pesos and 13 centavos. Pass. Based on all the documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of Binlabs Construction and Supply is rated pass.
Thank you, Engineer Ramiro. Let's proceed to the fourth project with the contract ID 25KE0043, construction of multipurpose building operation center Mahinog, Camiguin. Please open the first interested bidder. Please open the technical proposal submitted by General Construction.
Technical proposal of general construction for contract ID 25KE0043, construction of multipurpose building operation center Mahinog, Camiguin. The first document is the certificate of LGF's registration valid until April 12, 2026 pass. The DTS certificate is valid until September 12, 2027 pass. Mayor's permit to expire on December 31, 2025. Pass. Tax clearance expiration will be on March 25, 2026. Pass. The audited financial statement, the date of filing April 12, 2024. Pass. The pickup license will expire on December 17, 2025. Pass. Photocopy of the DTI certificate is present. Photocopy also of business permit is also included. Tax clearance certificate is also present. The ITR and annual income tax return is also present. Not stamped and received by BIR. The audited financial statement is also present, stamped and received by BIR. The photocopy of the pickup license is also present. And the next document is a statement of ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed and submitted by Evangeline de Oliveros, are supported with the notice of award, notice of awards. And the next is a statement of a single largest completed contract, signed, submitted by Evangeline de Oliveros. Supporting document, certificate of completion. And the next document is the net financial contracting capacity, also submitted and signed, general construction. Present also is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed Evangeline de Oliveros and authorized by attorney Abelino Piercino Jr. Present also is the organizational chart assigned to the project, prepared and signed Evangeline de Oliveros. And the next document is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract, submitted and signed Evangeline de Oliveros. Supported the key personnel biodata of Ruel de Oliveros, key personnel biodata of GC Boy Sumaya, PRC license of Kimel Rapisura, unexpired. Key personnel biodata of Anmerce Oliveros. Photocopy parcel license of Ana Marie Oliveros, unexpired. Certificate of completion, basic occupational safety and health course of Ana Marie C. Oliveros, photocopy. And a photocopy also of a certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1 of Ana Marie C. Oliveros. Biodata of Renal Olagud. A certificate of completion, construction safety and health training of Ronel Olagud. Also present is the list of equipment on or less or under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract, signed and submitted by Evangeline de Oliveros. List of contractors laboratory equipment pledged to the project, also signed Evangeline de Oliveros. The following are the supporting documents: the deed of sale, cash invoice, certificate of registrations, official receipts from LTO. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement affidavit, signed Evangeline de Oliveros and authorized by attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. Mr. Chair, all the required technical documents are present. General construction is rated as passed.
Thank you, Sir Edwin. Let's proceed to the second interested for the fourth project. Please open the technical proposal submitted by TO and GE Construction.
The technical proposal of 2NGA Construction for the contract of Multipurpose Building Operations Center, Mahinog, Camiguin, with a contract ID of 25KA0043. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the Certificate of PhilGIPS registration, valid until March 13, 2026, present. List of eligibility documents, DTI certificate valid until April 28, 2027, pass. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2025. Pass. Tax declaration valid until December 18, 2025. Pass. Audited financial statement, date of filing, February 20, 2025. Pass. Pickup license. Ba yun? Pickup license, valid until January 18, 2025. Pass. Photocopy of DTI certificate. Photocopy of mayor business permit. Photocopy of tax clearance, present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is list of all ongoing government and private construction contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed by Neil Nicholas Ischan, the proprietor. The next document is a single largest completed contract, present, signed by Neil Nicholas Ischan. The next document is the photocopy of pickup license, present. The next document is the key affidavit of not yet. The next document is the contractor's organizational chart, signed by Neil Nicholas Chan. The next document is the key personnel's personnel affidavit or commitment to work on the contract, signed by Neil Nicholas Ischan. Supported by contractor certificate of key personnel and the contract. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the professional identification card of Neil Nicholas, valid until September 9, 2026. The next document is the professional identification card of Patrick Jason Mabao, valid until April 16, 2026. Present. Certificate of accreditation of Patrick Jason A. Mabao as a materials engineer 1 with an accreditation number of 7326%. The biodata of Patrick Jason Ibabaw, present. The next document is the certificate of completion of construction occupational safety and health training course by Janil Bichan, present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of contractors' laboratory equipment, signed by Neil Nicholas Ischan, present. List of equipment and tools, present. Supported with the cash invoice. The next document is omnibus sworn statement, signed by Neil Nicholas Ischan and authorized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr., the notary public, present. The next document is in FCC with a total amount of 69,406,405 pesos and 19 centavos. Present. The next document is the financial statement and an independent auditor's report, present. The next document is a photocopy of ITR, present. all the technical documents submitted by 2NG Construction, GA Construction are present and rated passed, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Retalia. Since it already 12 o'clock, any motion for suspension in this dropping of opening?
Mr. Chair, I move to suspend this dropping opening bids for lunch break.
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
Since there is a motion for the suspension of the dropping opening from Joselito Corpin and seconded by Sir Edwin Gagolada. Therefore, the dropping opening have been suspended and it was resumed at exactly 1 p.m. April 21, 2025.